The deck it's got to be cleaned and a couple of coats of Ultradeck on it. However, it has so many stains on there, it does need a chemical reviver. I've just finished the steps. This is what it looks like when it's finished. So that's got 3 coats of Ultradeck on it in Jara. Beautiful. That's just a bit of dust there. It should come off okay. I stood on the rags or the drop sheet that went on there. But that's it. So I've glossed those skirtings, used the water-based gloss. Very handy to do this kind of stuff with a water-based gloss. 3 coats of Jara Ultradeck on that, and I think it looks absolutely bloody beautiful. Well, that's that deck all cleaned off. We've just got to wait for it to dry now, and that'll take a couple of hours, and then we can put our couple of coats of Ultradeck on. And we just started this other deck around here, so we're going to be a bit noisy. I'll try and speak up. So first thing we do, we're going to wash it down. We're going to do half of it at the moment. Then I'm spraying the Reviva on it. So we're just giving it a good wash with that cleaner, and I'm coming along with the Reviva. I'm just spraying that on like that. We're going to stop at that joint there. And that's got to sit for 10 or 15 minutes, but it's got to stay wet. Remember that, got to stay wet. See, it's starting to do its stuff there. Go and grab your broom. What we do now is, while that's soaking in, we get a broom, a stiff broom, and we'll scrub that. And that'll scrub any stuff on it that's there. So we're going to use that broom and give it a good scrub. Now this Reviva, 4 litres, cost around $67 Australian. It is quite expensive stuff. Sometimes you don't need it, but as you can see by that deck there, it does need it. Now this deck's been sitting for probably 4 months, so it doesn't need the first one. If this was a brand new deck, you'd want to put your first, trying to think of the name of it, I'll write it down, on, and then power cleaner or something, and then you would then use this Reviva, and that way you can bypass the 6 weeks to 8 weeks waiting time. So basically that's what we're doing there now, and that'll soak in. Give that a good scrub with the broom. A stiff broom, not a soft one. We're working in the sun here now on this one here, so we've got to do this a little bit different to how we did the one at the back. And I've got to fill that up again now. Yeah, give it a good scrub. Leave that sit for 10 or 15 minutes, let it do its thing. In the meantime, we'll go back over here and start washing this one down so that we do the whole deck at once. Probably wouldn't recommend that if you're by yourself or you're not confident. But if you're going to, if the deck's that important to you, you could even tape off, mark where you've gone to. We sort of know where we're at, so it's pretty good. can't let this dry. This must be kept wet for it to do its thing. So if you're working in the sun, you need to be aware of that. Now I'm not going to use the rest of this product I got, so I'm just going to use it on the deck just to keep this wet. So what we're going to do, now that's been left to set for 10 minutes, and then we're going to use this machine here. Just give it a once off, it'll rinse all the stuff off. Won't get it all off, won't get enough of it off, it'll get most of it off. So it's just making sure that that doesn't dry. So I'm going to go over one more. I really like this deck cleaner. It's made life so much easier. You can see it. It's pretty bloody good. It's about 80 Australian dollars. So we just let that sit for a while. That one's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes now, but it's been there 10 minutes. And then we're just going to look for any paint or anything that's on here. It shouldn't be here. So this is how it comes up after it's had that Reviva on it. You be the judge if you think that it's got any better. If you can remember what it looked like before. I think so. I think it's definitely cleaned it up. You can see there, it's quite good really. And we've just finished putting a coat around the front deck, and the product that we're using is the Ultradeck in natural stain. So that's the Ultradeck. This one won't use as much because it's still a bit moist, whereas this deck around here was pretty dry. I'm just putting that coat on. I've already cut it in. All finished, looking beautiful. So that'll be dry now. That's dry, so that's 2 coats of Ultradeck on there. Walk out here, still wet. The deck all finished out the front.